Here's a little topic that so many people talk about. Will your dog really protect you? The truth is, it's probably 1% of the dog population that hasn't been properly trained in protection work will actually protect you if something was to go wrong. And unfortunately, many dogs that have done protection type work, if they're working with the wrong trainers, won't protect you either. The only true way to know if your dog will is to test your dog. And the best method in testing, besides obviously biting, which should be done with a hidden sleeve or hidden equipment, but a dog that has never done bite work and isn't reliable in that way, the truest, best method is to muzzle your dog and let your dog go. That way the helper is not going to get injured other than some bruising. And you watch your dog. You watch and see if your dog will absolutely stay in the fight. And you can tell if your dog is trying to hurt somebody with his muzzle on and not just poking him. You can tell if he's really wanting to inflict some pain on the so-called bad person. I've seen many dogs that do sport work and that bite a sleeve and look fantastic wouldn't protect their owners in a real situation. A lot of those dogs, you hit them once with a whip, and even a soft padded whip, they'll let go and they'll back up. I've seen protection dogs get their foot stepped on during bite work, and they look like good strong dogs, and they'll get their foot accidentally stepped on during bite work, and they'll squeal, let go, and they don't want to rebite. Now that's not a good dog. You should be able to step on the toe and even break a toe and a dog not care. And the reality is the majority of the dogs out there just aren't cut for the job. And most dogs, people will have dogs that will act very vicious in the home, in the car, in the yard, on a leash, showing teeth, smashing their face on the glass, barking, looking really, really intense. But if some confident human gets in their face, doesn't even have to do anything except for basically say, okay, let's go. The dogs will get confused because they don't have the confidence that it takes, and they don't have the experience. That's one of the reasons for doing training. It gives your dog the experience, so your dog has better confidence, and your dog has a better understanding of how humans work when it comes to fighting a human. And you have a better chance your dog will save your ass if it's really necessary. There's tons of videos on the internet of people going into homes and testing people's dogs, and most dogs just turn tail. Some of them will even be friendly, but a lot of people think that their dogs will protect them because they act tough. But they're usually acting tough to somebody that is acting fearful, which is a completely different thing than somebody who is confident and will walk right up to your dog and say, okay, let's go. And sometimes that's all you got to do to a dog that is supposedly trained, and the dog just goes, screw this, and the dog doesn't engage, stands there looking confused. Lots of dogs are bullies, and even a lot of the dogs that act like bullies will bite people and have a history of biting people. I've seen Corsos like that. Years ago, I was at a big temperament testing, and there was a ton of Corsos there. And some of these dogs had done bite work. there was one dog there that had bitten numerous people. The dog was American Lines, 100%. And he had bitten numerous people. He had killed other people's dogs, all this stuff. Big dog, nice looking dog. And absolute truth. When the helper snapped the whip and walked towards this dog came out, bark, 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 acting all tough. And he snapped the whip again and kept coming towards the dog. And the dog, you could see his confidence going away because the guy wasn't leaving. And the guy was still, confronting the dog. And you could just literally watch this dog go from acting very strong, very intense, to no longer barking, backed up behind his owner, who was a man, and shit all over the floor. And this was a dog that had bitten people and had killed other people's dogs. This was a dog that was nothing but a bully because everybody he bit and everybody he would corner were all people that were terrified. Same as I've seen dogs get, at the same place. Dog got its toe stepped on, and this was a dog that was about a year into protection training on a regular basis, couple days a week, and wouldn't re-engage the sleeve. And I don't think she ever did again. She just shut down and didn't want any more part of it. But lots of dogs are like that. And people think they'll protect. But you don't know until you truly, truly put your dog to the test. That's the only way to know.